We've been doing life lessons this month. Our first service was our lessons with God and how to maintain our connection. Everybody remember that? Been working on it? All right, good. Our second service on the life lessons was last week when we talked about relationships and love and how we can set blocks in our path. Did you all enjoy that?
Yes.
And did you say that wasn't me? Okay, did you take some of that home and try to not to do some of that? Good, good, good. Okay, so today we're going to talk about our relationship with self. You know, we try spiritually to have a deeper relationship with our Creator, with God, but until we heal these aspects of ourselves, we're kind of on this little merry-go-round, you know. So, our relationship with self. So, do you think you have a good relationship with self?
Maybe better.
Yeah. Who do you think you argue with most of the time? Yeah. And who do you think you let down and disappoint most of the time?
Yourself.
Yourself, of course. And who do you complain to most of the time?
My partner.
Her partner is blessed. But most of us, it's ourselves. It's this internal dialogue where you would think that we were a million people, the conversations that occur. And it's this unknowing, it's an unrealized consciousness of who we are. And so we bounce up from this or that or the other, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out how we can become who we are. But it's a dilemma, isn't it? What I want to show you today, when we are free, you know, we're energy beings, yes?
Yes.
And we've been showing you little visuals every Sunday about how energy can get blocked, what can happen to our energy. So energy should be in motion. Have you gathered that so far? When our energy is in motion, we are feeling, and we feel this sense of freedom. When we have feelings that get kind of encapsulated by thoughts, our energy doesn't flow anymore. Have you noticed that? And emotion, you know the very word emotions, they should be in motion. They should not be encapsulated by thought. Okay? So, our minds are so powerful, they do exactly what we ask. And they make it happen. When we decide on a matter that something should be a certain way, we get all the emotions that pertain to that, and our mind just creates this form, and it just encapsulates it so that it can begin to vibrate and draw that to us. And then we get to experience exactly what we've chosen. Isn't that great? It's a wonderful mechanism. Wonderful. But we need to revisit maybe what we're doing with that. Decisions sculpt our energy. They create that form. So, you know, we love visuals?
Yes.
I love visuals. Okay, so we're going to have Chris come up. She's going to be our visual.
Yes.
I need her to have plenty of room. Chris is going to play the part of a woman named Chris.
It's going to be a story.
And Chris is working. She's not happy with the job. She's, you know, relationships are a little distant, strained perhaps. And she's just been looking for something, just kind of looking. So, her friend calls her one day, and her friend says to her, I need you to work for me. I have a company that's getting off the ground. I need you to come. I need you to run it. I need you to set up everything, and I need to be perfect. I need to be in complete control and complete charge of my company. I need you to work hard and invest your energy. And Chris says, oh, I can do that. So, boss is happy. And she gives this beautiful space to Chris, a new responsibility to hold her. Something she can do, something she's good at. Does anybody realize this space? Maybe not. Okay. She's showing so much for work. She's working very, very hard. And all of a sudden, her husband, who sees her success, says to her, you know, honey, I am going to start that business I've been talking about. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to travel a lot. And so we're going to have to make some changes. We're going to have to fire the cleaner because we can't afford it. We're going to have to clean from now on. Now you're going to have to pick up the cooking. You're going to have to pick up, and by the way, I can't pay myself for the first year, so you're going to have to pay all the bills. So all the bills, kids in college, clean the house, it's all on you, babe. To support me in doing this dream that I want to do in setting up my own company. And Chris says,
I love you, I'll do it.
I'll do it. And so husband is very happy, and Chris is very happy with her new image of self. Okay. Now, two little agreements she made now sandwich her. Can you see that there's very little forward motion that she can do? She can barely twist or turn. She is sandwiched between ideals that she has agreed to. You might say she's trapped by the expectations of others, but she's really trapped between the agreements she consciously made with life. And what keeps her there? What keeps her in this space? Well, she's a little busy, working. So how she sustains the energy is every now and then she has a thought. Maybe I could go shopping. Wait, if I work really hard, in 6 months I might be able to do a vacation. Vacation would be so good. Maybe next Christmas? Next Christmas I can take a day off? So very little hopeful thoughts start flooding through her energy. And maybe dinner even, with my husband. Do you see? She has become the peanut butter, sandwiched by the bread of life experiences that she has chosen. And she is sustained by little bitty specks of jelly. Jelly specks that keep her going. Okay. You would say she didn't choose this, that she only agreed to it. But when you agree to anything, the vision of the other person becomes yours. Shall I say that again?
Yes.
When you agree to anyone else's vision, it is now yours. Okay? All right. So, if she left that job and went to another job, we would have the same agreement. If she left that husband, rat that he is, starting his own company, not bringing in any money, she'd find the same husband. Different name, different face, same energy. Because these are the agreements that she lives by. Now she has an opportunity to change the agreements. Would you?
Yeah.
She could say to her boss, you know what? I like working for you, but I really am feeling a little constricted because after all, it is your business and I am making you extreme profits. So I think I would like to have some flex time. Am I working? And the boss, because she is bringing extreme profits, does agree. New agreement. If the boss doesn't, there'll be a new agreement elsewhere. And she could say to the boss, hey honey, you know what? This isn't working for me. You need to A, either pay yourself a salary to contribute to the household, or B, figure something else out, because I'm not going to clean anymore. We're hiring our cleaning lady back, and you're paying the bills. And he will begrudgingly agree. Now Chris has her own energy back. Can you see that she looks freer?
Yes.
She can move freely. Did you see yourself? Have you ever felt caught between the agreements you made with life?
Yeah.
And then you wonder why you're there, and you realize that you're the one holding on to the bread? You are the peanut butter caught between the two pieces of bread that you've chosen? Okay. All right. When we're free, our energy moves. Our energy should be like light. You know, it's a particle in a wave. When it's moving, it's the wave. When it's stuck, it's the particle. Same with our emotions. When we're feeling, we should be feeling joy, it's hopeful. And when it's stuck, it becomes this particle, which then becomes, as you know, emotions stuck in form become matter in your world. So we have another little visual for you. So, again, we're going to ask Chris to enact, somebody named Chris. So, Chris began her life as this beautiful young girl. She was happy. And she loved music. Oh, she loved music so much. She actually studied music. She actually played bass in a band for a while. She loved it so much until all of a sudden she had to start paying rent. And then all of the energy around her love for music became encapsulated in a form in her body. And in that form is all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled. I can't make a living as a musician. I have to go work by the sweat of my brow, pay my rent. And all this energy is here. And once in a while, she hears a song that she used to play on the radio. And she immediately goes to that tapped energy where all of her hopes and dreams are just sitting there stagnating. Okay. And then, as a child cruising along, young person, she had the experience that I believe most of us do have. That moment when the love and her expectancy of love was broken. When her heart, the energy around her heart was completely broken. And she has a hole now in her experience. And every time someone comes to see her, every time someone reaches out to her for love, she pulls up her energy of encapsulated sorrow and shows it to them and says, "Are you interested?" And they leave quickly. All her life, all she's ever wanted to be was recognized. Just see me, somebody recognize the good person I am. And all of those hopes and dreams are held in this beautiful star energy in her body, just stagnating and stagnating and stagnating. Nobody ever sees her because they're unfulfilled. And being the proud person that she is, if she's going to hold those, she's going to hold the resentment too. So she has a special place for all the times anybody ever hurt her. And she keeps them in separate little corridors, separate little containers. So in case she ever wants to get really mad at anybody, she can remember exactly the details of every person who ever hurt her. And she can pull that resentment up in a heartbeat. And she can say to them, "I remember when." "Oh, no, you don't." And this energy sits. What you see here is unresolved emotions. And some of you that are younger go, "I don't have that." You will. It is how the human functions. Our brain does not have the capacity to figure out the emotional problem. So it encapsulates it. Because emotions should be flowing. This is the antithesis of our feelings. Emotions should be flowing. And we say, "Well, I'm mad." Brain goes, "Okay, let's hold mad. Let's hold mad right here." Do you understand? Did you see any of your neighbors or friends? Okay. So, did you ever wonder why you could be so happy one day and so filled with hope? And so depressed the next day? You have moved from a sense of joy to one of your pockets, to one of the pockets you hold where the emotions are unresolved. Do I need to say that again?
Sure.
Depression is when you move from your emotion-filled state of joy into a pocket of unresolved emotions that is being held stagnant. Of course I'd be depressed if I lived in my stagnant emotions. Have you ever seen me in my stagnant emotions? It's not pretty. It's not a pretty sight. And you probably aren't either. But why do we carry them? Why do we carry them? Because we have not learned to resolve them. You know, I was guided by Spirit to use the Jello, and Spirit asked me to show you this so you have a visual. When I started studying Rohan therapy, which is when you actually go in and manipulate the energy field, we're in the body of somebody moving the energy and removing the blocks. Stuck emotion is sticky and heavy, and you go, whoa, whoa, what is this? And it's like taffy more than Jello. It's literally very hard to move light through. It's that heavy. And of course, when I'm working with my client, I say, "Okay, what are you feeling?" "I'm feeling nothing." "Oh no, you're feeling a lot because I got my hands in it." You know, let's go look at the stagnant energy that you've got encapsulated there. And they'll make their little journey down, and it'll open up for them, and they'll remember something they've been harboring for years. And in that process, of course, we can move it. But how much do we have? How difficult is it? Let's hold up. Let's see Chris in full regalia here. We see her totally walking around the world, vibrating. Now, no matter how much spirit she's trying to pull through, what does she have to fight? You know, this energy is so strong. She could love you and take your head off the next second. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Chris, for letting us see all of your issues. Do you think you'll ever look at Jello the same?
Probably not.
Do you understand how much of your good intentions are thwarted by this stagnant energy? It's just amazing how much of our energy is held in non-motion. It's not a matter that we have to go and figure out every single thing we've ever judged. It's a matter that we need to realize and choose motion. 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 Let me be a wave. I don't need to be a particle. I've been a particle about this for so long. I can see where there's no motion in my life. Look where there's no motion in your life. That's where you've got stuck energy. That's just science. That's not me accusing. That's science. Vibration. Where you're stuck, you need movement. You need some movement. We need to open up some of those emotions. So maybe we did not fulfill our dream of becoming an astronaut this lifetime. Next lifetime. Give that dream back to God. Next lifetime. Invest the energy in something else. You know, do something that fulfills that desire to fly. Do something else. Thank you, ladies. You were fabulous. All right. Can you see I need to move? We are in a very, very, very creative world and a very creative time. We know the power of people coming together in prayer changes things. We know that most of the prophecies that I grew up exposed to stopped happening after the harmonic convergence in 1987, when we had millions and millions and millions of people praying for peace on the planet. All of the prophecies got derailed slightly. They got derailed slightly. We had prayers for peace. We had massive movements in the 90s, prayers for peace, New Year's Eve. A lot of collective consciousness choosing love. The critical mass shifted to positive versus negative. And we've interrupted the flow of things that should have happened based on our walking through time. And I know if you listened to the news yesterday, 2012 was the year of the Mayan calendar, when the Mayan calendar said it would be the end of time. End of time as we know it. We had our little concert, remember? 2012? Okay, so when I first heard that prophecy, I was a young girl. And the prophecy that I heard, I didn't read it from their script, but I heard, was exposed to, was that on this particular day, the animals would turn against the people. The pots and pans would turn against the people and fight them. And the house would turn against the people and fight them. Well, as a young girl, this made no sense to me. It's like, okay, I don't know what that means. Pots and pans. Don't know what, it must be symbolic. As I aged, as we began to have computers, as we began to have cell phones, one day I went, oh, it's an electrical problem. Because the pots and pans would turn against us if there was a shock in the electricity. And then what did we see but solar storms? We watched, Patrick, I, and a few of us, I don't know who all, I don't remember who all was in the little eyes to the sky during 2012, but we watched those electrical storms during the summer. Solar storms are called. On the news yesterday, they said that July 23rd, we were 1 week away from being blasted by a solar storm. If we had been in the path where we had been a week before, we would have been blasted by this storm. We were 1 week ahead. And the storm they saw would have knocked out everything electrical. Everything electrical. Trillions of dollars of damage. Cell phones, everything that we live by. And I thought, well, isn't that cool? That's A, the prophecy. And B, we changed it. How awesome is that? We changed it. Are we cool? Yes. Think of 1 million people coming together with crowded, jello-filled energy, holding the idea of love and being able to impact the earth. Powerful, huh? Now think about even 100 jello-less people. 100 people who have let the jello go, who have taken on the energy and said yes to forward motion, yes to love. Think of them coming together. We could create a new world. The power of the higher vibration coming together for forward motion would be immense. We've done a good job where we are. I mean, we really have. Everybody said we did good. We did. I mean, do you not feel like you had a part in delaying that?
Absolutely.
I mean, we did good. Okay, so, yeah, do we want to stay here?
That's fine.
Do you know what they called Jesus? They called him Rabbi. They called him teacher. They didn't call him Savior. They said, you're my teacher. And Jesus said, everything I do, you can do it greater. Watch me, follow me, do as I do. Hold no resentment. Do not judge yourself. Do not act for revenge. Trust your Father and Mother God and walk on the waters. They transmuted matter all the time. Walk on the waters. Now, he didn't tell them necessarily to do that. He told them to walk in love. Walk in love. Do you see how we become content in the boat with all our jello-filled stuff? I'll let somebody try. I'm doing good. I have managed to, with my brothers and sisters, stop us from being damaged. Okay, great. Yeah. Good for me. But are we really happy with where we are? Globally? I'm not. Are you happy with our global? No. Are we happy with where we are in our own world? This is stagnant energy in a nutshell. And in our relationship with self, if we are going to lift our relationship with self, we need to realize what our teacher taught us. We're children of God. We are designed to heal. We are designed to transform. We are designed to be healed. And we are designed to walk on water. We're designed to do these things. But it doesn't mean that you meditate long and you force yourself and you go, okay, I'm going to do it. What am I in when I do that? Will. I'm in my will. I'm trying to demonstrate something. And I hope somebody sees me when I do it too. Get some recognition for walking on water when I walk on water. Trust me, when you walk on water, you can be the only one there. No one's going to be there. We don't do it through that. We do it through loving who? Ourselves. Loving ourselves. Loving ourselves. Knowing we're God's child. Forgiving ourselves. Letting it go. Letting it go. How easy is this? Teacher. You know what he said to them? He said, why do you guys call me teacher when you don't know what I say? He said that. And you know, he taught, the 12 did everything he did. They healed, they transmuted, they manifested. They did everything he did. The 70 that walked with him did everything he did. Once Paul came along down the line, kind of the gifts got delineated. Someone must have said, Paul, why don't we do everything Jesus did? Because Paul says, well, you know, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to prophesy. You're supposed to heal. You're supposed to teach. You're supposed to do that. And they delineated the spiritual gifts. You remember that? Everybody remember reading that?
Yes.
That's not what Jesus said. He said, it's all yours. He said, don't put somebody in front of you. It's all yours. You do it. You reach out, you do it. But we start by not being okay with the jello we carry. We start by just choosing to open and flow. So, you guys have heard me. What I want you to think about, because I know you're going, yes, Annie, thanks. That's a really easy thing to do, what you're asking of me here. Think of one area in your life where there is no movement, that you want movement. Start there. Can anybody think of one area? Maybe greater communication with someone, maybe a little more cash in the ching-ching bucket that you keep, envelope under your bed, I don't know. You know, maybe more recognition, something. Everybody should have something that they're stagnated in, and I know you do. Do you?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Can we agree to start moving that? Do you want to start like right now?
Yeah.
Just one thing. We don't have to take the whole thing on. Just one thing. Okay, you ready? All right, put your feet on. Just take a breath and let your body relax. You are perfect exactly as you are. You have done so well. Your mind has created all these beautiful life experiences that you have chosen. Please feel you have chosen exactly what you needed for that moment. And I want you to breathe and feel the beautiful love of God filling this room. Father, Mother God, we ask that your love just engulf us. Just engulf us to overflowing. And see a beautiful column of light just coming over you. And feel the love of Jesus Christ, your teacher. And invite him to come and stand by your side. As you feel his love, you may be feeling somewhat human instead of divine. You may be feeling aware of limitations that you've put on your body. But I want you to look at Jesus Christ in the eyes and feel his love. You are no less divine than the moment of your creation. You are the divine child. And I want you to focus now on the area that needs some movement, that area that you want movement in. Let your visual go to that area and see it in the physical. What does it look like? If it's a person, if it's a job, if it's an opportunity, just look at what it is. I want movement there. It's stagnating. And I want you to feel the beautiful love of Jesus Christ by you and feel your heart beginning to open. And in your mind, become aware of a space in your arc field or in your body where this energy is being held. And let the hand of the Christ move to that space. And feel the vibration of pure love melting that encapsulated energy. And as it melts, you must now have a new thought. What is your intention? What do you want? I want to be movement and be happy. I want to prosper. What is your thought? Breathe. Or maybe I just want to flow and decide later. Feel the energy beginning to move. Look back at the visual you saw and see it going into flux. And turn your heart now to God. God, I open to the change. I open to movement. And I ask that the movement that is being created now be love-based. I want to walk with you. I want to create with you. I want to experience life with you. And breathe in that beautiful love of Father, Mother, God through the crown chakra all the way through your body. And light up as much as you choose. I ask that God's love move through me. I am ready for forward motion. I want you to let your focus come back to Jesus Christ by your side. And I want you to look in his eyes again. And just hear him say, you are loved. Love yourself. And just repeat that in your heart. I love myself. Breathe. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this moment. We thank you that we can lighten our frequency and stay in motion. That we can be beautiful, radiant children of God. That we can follow our teacher. And we love you, God. And so it is. Take a breath. Send your love into the room. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Do you feel lighter? When Spirit first was showing me the symbolism a couple of months ago, they said, don't forget that you want to be a member of the WOW gang. And I said, what's a WOW gang? And they said, they walk on water. So, I invite you to become a member of the WOW gang, so that you're WOW in every area, and you know your divinity. Everybody feel good?
Yeah.
Say, yay God.
Yay God.
So it is.